Welcome back to the lab, folks. So what I've got here today is this little package. If you remember on our last mailbag video, we skipped one package, and that's this one. So today we're actually going to get into this package, see what's in it, dust the net all over, and we'll have a look at what is in here. Now these two things were incredibly cheap, but more on that later. This here is a solder sucker, a heated solder sucker, so you don't need to use an iron with it. Here we go. Now this one here, they say that you need to turn it on for a little while and wait for the smoke to go away. This may take a few minutes. They also say that it takes from 3 to 5 minutes to warm up. It's not exactly the fastest thing on the planet. And I also want to see if there's a way of cleaning it, because if there's no way of cleaning it, it's not very useful. So I'm going to investigate that too. Oh, there we go. So that comes off. And then, yeah, then it all comes apart that you can clean it. Very good, very good. So as long as it's cleanable. Okay. Okay, it says right on it, okay. And then that goes in here. It just butts up against that silicone rubber there and snaps into place there. There you go. Okay, so I'm going to put this, actually going to put this outside and let it smoke away, and then we'll bring it in a little bit later. And a little cleaning rod for it here, and a spare tip. Notice that there are all sorts of tips available for this online on AliExpress. So yeah, it obviously these things are used by a lot of people, otherwise there wouldn't be a market for them. So maybe it is good. Maybe it is good. And this next thing I have here, this is a USB portable rechargeable soldering iron. It comes in two different versions. I just got this one here. It comes in a version here that has the temperature on it, and you can do plus minus on it. It's a few bucks more. Well, I just got this one here. This one's got 3 temperature ranges you can pick. So let's get into it. Oh, comes in a little box. I got both of these off of AliExpress, and I'll show you what I paid for them, and we'll look at what they cost now, because the prices go up and down on AliExpress, as we all know. USB soldering iron, user manual, portable soldering iron, USB battery, 3.7 volts, and it's supposed to, I don't know if they say it here, 800 milliamp hour. And it's supposed to be an 8-watt element. That doesn't give you a lot of time. So one of the things I want to test is I want to test to see how quickly it heats up. I want to test the heat ranges here. So the 3 different heat ranges are 3 to 300, 30, 340 to 370, 380 to 400. So they're right in around about like that 300 to 330 is probably what I'd use most of the time. We will check out the actual temperatures and see what it comes out to. And let's look and see what we got. We got this tip here. This looks awfully like a T215 tip. Is that right? It's very small. It's got a little bit of extra metal up at the top here for a little bit more thermal mass. But very small. It comes with a charging cable. It comes with one of these ridiculous soldering stands. And it comes with a little reel of solder. It's probably horrible stuff, so I won't even bother with that. And then the portable soldering iron itself. Now I gather this tip just slides directly in here, like so. And there's nothing here to protect your hands from going down onto that, so you have to be careful using it. See, it's got any charge in it as it is. So let's put it in the middle there and see how long it takes to warm up. Okay, got a piece of solder here. Got the iron here, got a stopwatch. So I think it's still on, but it's not set to temperature yet. So that's it, it's cold. So I'll click this till we get to the second position there, then click this. So we're going to be off by maybe half a second or something like that. And we'll keep testing till it melts the solder. Okay, 20 seconds. All right, now I guess I'm going to turn it off and I'm going to fully charge it. Okay, so now it's off, and I'm going to put it on charge. And what I plan to do with it is I got this little kit here. It's a little kit for a Tesla coil, and it's just got a few parts in it. There's not a lot of parts, so if we look here, there's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, about 30 holes. So we're going to see if this can make it through soldering most of this. Now I'm not going to put the coil on, so that takes these 3 holes out. And then I'm just going to solder up the rest of it, or try to solder up the rest of it, see how far we get with it. If we can do this job here, it's not a bad little iron. It's very, very light. The only thing I'd be concerned about is accidentally touching this part here, which doesn't seem to get very warm. So that metal part doesn't get very warm. All right, so let me put it on charge and we'll come right back. Okay, so charging away here, it draws about 400 milliamps while charging. And here's an interesting thing. You can actually turn it on and run it while charging. You can see that the charging rate goes up a little bit, but that should really extend the soldering. If you have a cable and a adapter, you can run it while it's charging. That'll give you much extended life. So anyway, we'll let it finish charging there. Okay, it's all fully charged now. The light's green, and it went to fully charged, and the green light came on when the charge rate dropped to 50 milliamps. Let's get this all disconnected and put aside. All right, let's get started with this build. Let's get this iron turned on, and we'll put it up into the middle temperature there. Let it warm up. Okay, now we should be ready to go. So I've got the resistors are all pre-formed and ready to plop in. And we'll get started, and I'll meet you either when we've got everything in here or things run out of juice. All right, let's go. It's doing the job. Well, it absolutely had no problem at all doing all 30 of those joints. And it soldered each and every one of them very quickly and very nicely. So yeah, I'm kind of impressed with it. And it's still going strong here. So let's get this out here and see what the temperature of it is. So we'll get that ready here. It's not flashing at me yet or anything. So let's we're on degree C here. It's nice and cool in the lab, and we'll put the little dabble dooey on there, and 352, call it 355 degrees, and according to the documentation, that middle zone is from 340 to 370, so it's right on the temperature that they're claiming. So very good. Okay, well, I'm impressed. I am impressed. This is quite a good little soldering iron. Like if you need something where you have to quickly do a couple of joints, this thing will do the job. I mean, that was 30 joints that did it, and it didn't take me that long because it's only 30 joints. So I think it was the total time to actually do all this was about 8 minutes or something like that. I'll be able to tell better when I edit the video, and I'll give you an update at that point in time. But yeah, it did it. I'm very impressed. This thing cost me, I think it was $12 and some odd cents Canadian, shipped to me here in Canada. And I noticed the price has gone up a little bit. I'd still say for $17 Canadian, which is what, about $13 US, it's a bargain. I'm truly impressed. It actually works. Is it substitute for a real soldering iron at your bench? No, but for something where you have to go out and do a quick repair somewhere. So if you do bring a power adapter, it works with it. Like, so you just get a longer USB cable and bring a power adapter with you for longer sessions, as long as you have access to power. But still, even if you don't, 30 joints and it still had power left in it. So I don't know how long it'll actually go, but it's built this kit, no problem whatsoever. I notice also there's other tips available for it too. You can get a variety of tips. This is a very, very fine tip. Is great for this. And you could even do surface mount ICs with that. That's a pretty tiny little tip. Thumbs up on this. I think what I'm going to do, I've got some constraints on my time. So I think I'm going to do the solder sucker in its own video. Come on back for that one. I think the next video is going to be back to our DC load because I want to get that done. But we'll bring up the solder sucker in the near future. I'll leave a link to both it and the solder sucker down below in case anybody's interested in checking it out. I mean, for that kind of money, you can't even buy yourself a Big Mac meal, and you got a tool that you can use. All right, folks, thanks a lot for coming out. That's all I have for you today, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.